Hey there, my name is Heather Havenwood, and I just want to do a quick video today to talk to you about that your problem is obscurity and how to solve it. Okay, so what does that mean exactly when I say your problem is obscurity? Now let's just talk about that for a second. When I just did an interview earlier, I did one with Stacy, and she's all about the focus for the next 30 days, what you can do to really gain momentum in your business. And something that she said in the interview, which was really, really interesting. She said, her and I have some history, and she goes, remember when we were at Dan Kennedy and how he talked about one or single is not good, meaning one place that you market is not good. It's single equals death. Now I said to her in response, it's really interesting you said that, because actually there's some truth to that, but there's also some falsity to that. Dan Kennedy grew up in the place where when you are a small business, you need to place your ad everywhere. You need to place your ad on billboards and magazines and newspaper, as well as direct mail. That's an omnipresent approach, and I completely concur with that. The problem with that in today's world is how social media really works. Now, I do believe you should be everywhere all the time across all social media, but when you're just everywhere all the time and you're not really owning one social media, then you're kind of losing out. So let's go back. So let's go back to the problem you have is obscurity and your solution is omnipresent. Can you agree with that? Where you want to be able to be everywhere all the time, but the first step of that, really the first step is messaging, but I'm going to go to the second step. The second step is picking a platform and owning it. Let me give you an example as an athlete, right? So imagine that you've been trained for the last 15 years of your life as a football, right? You're in football, you've been trained since you were a peewee. Here in Texas, that's a big deal. And you know the game inside and out. Now, who you are as an athlete, right? You've been trained as an athlete. You do different things for your body to become an athlete, but you know the game of football. You know how it works. You know the strategies. You know the different places. You know the strategy of football. Okay. Now take that person and throw them on the baseball field. And they've really never studied baseball. Now, they still might be an athlete, like Michael Jordan was able to go from football to baseball to golf, those different games. And he was kind of an anomaly where he was able to go to he went from basketball to baseball to golf and back again. But he's kind of an anomaly, all right? Because the thing is, you as a person who are marketing and promoting yourself, you've got to what I call pick a game and own it. Like, be the best at football or be the best at baseball. Understand that game and all the nuances and the history and the numbers and the strategies. That's really the first step before you can start crossing yourself into other games. Let's take this into example on social media. LinkedIn versus Facebook versus YouTube versus Instagram versus Twitter. I was sharing with Stacy that I got on Twitter within the first 2 months of Twitter back in 2007. You're welcome to go look it up. It actually says that. I have not owned the Twitter game. I didn't. In fact, I was really in the Dan Kennedy world at the time, and he hated social media. He still hates social media. And he didn't proponent it. He thought it was ridiculous. I wish I had not listened to him there. I wish I had owned Twitter and had a huge following now in 2020. I don't. My following there is pretty small. But about 4 years ago, I focused, I'm going to own LinkedIn. Booyah! Now, am I the best? The best? No. I have about 28,000 people right now. I have a really good engagement. When I post, I get some really good views. I get some great comments. I feel like I have focused on that particular platform. But what I had to do was understand the game. I had to understand the algorithm. I had to understand what LinkedIn wants to train me as a user, that it rewards me when I particularly do certain things. Because remember, guys, if we did an aerial view of Silicon Valley, LinkedIn versus Facebook versus Google, they might socialize together, but those are competitive companies. That's why when you post a YouTube link, share link inside of Facebook or inside of LinkedIn, it goes absolutely nowhere. When you take that video and upload it into each platform, it's different because they reward you for what they want you to do. Facebook has very different rules and ways of training you. Been on as long as I have, they've trained you a particular way. LinkedIn is very different. It's not the same platform. It is like going from football to baseball. They both have balls, but that's pretty much the only thing that's the same. It's a different strategy. So if you've been in Facebook a long time, you just try to go over to LinkedIn, you're going to get frustrated. That's like you going from football to baseball and getting mad that you're not winning in baseball. It's a different kind of game. So my point of this is, yes, being omnipresent is really important, and being everywhere all the time is important. But my first step to you, or what I encourage you to do, is what I call dominate or own one platform that's like yours. It's your go-to. It's where you build the biggest relationships. It's where you build the biggest following. And then you can truly learn to uncage your marketing and self-promotion. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure that you subscribe or give me some comments below, and I will talk to you on another video. Again, my name is Heather Havenwood. I appreciate your time. Thanks.